Sorry, I was just getting everything set up. Chat is up. Hopefully people are on. Let me know if the volume's good, bad, etc. What am I doing? Turn my controller on. Volume feels good. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Can you hear the music and stuff? Is it? Hopefully it's not too loud, but not too soft. What am I working on? I have no idea what I'm working on. Let's see, I've got kind of a bomb mechanic going. You can throw up a bomb. It's a sticky bomb, so it latches onto you, and then you can use that to boost yourself in random directions. Like so. Going through some thinking about level design. You start on this weird platform, shoot off. You end up falling down and not able to get back up on that platform. And then this is the first area you can explore. Should probably make that little route a little bit shorter. Alright, next big area. And looks like there's a piece of destructible terrain. Right? You bounce off of it, can't do anything there. And so you can use a bomb to make it explode. I missed. Alright, there's the bomb explosion. You jump through. And then I want this area to be like things that kill you. So it kind of teaches you to use the bomb. First you have to use the bomb to kind of kill the enemy or the destructible terrain. Yeah, see that area is not great. Okay, so let me fix that. So get rid of these. That looks good. So let me determine the correct trajectory first, and then that was short. I guess this kind of teaches you to use the bomb as a means to guide your shots or guide your launches. So maybe right here. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so let me go to the render. I saw this before, I think. You didn't have textures for the platforms and tiles. Yeah. A couple of things I've changed. Yeah, I've got better tiles, an actual tile editor, and the bomb mechanic is much better. And I, yeah, created a delineation for, I don't know if I'm going to call these like enemies or destructible walls. Right now they're called enemies, but that's kind of what I'm trying to introduce now, is that the general navigation and stuff is okay, but I don't want to expand like the moveset of the probe to make it more interesting. So this idea of introducing enemies that move around that you have to kill with bombs or avoid is kind of the next mechanic that I wanted to explore. So I'm introducing the idea of like this thing that can be destroyed, whether it's an enemy or a wall, and then teaching the player how to interact with that, and then giving them potentially harder scenarios. So let's see. So that's the trajectory I want right there, I think. So if I shoot out, let me make sure I don't hit anything. Yep, that's good. Let's head back. And so now I want to build the terrain around this trajectory, or the things that can kill you. And what I'm going into is the actual rendering of the game. And I've got an FX queue. And so for my calculation of the FX, alright, I do have the concept of debug. Yeah, I remember putting that in there. So let me go to the bomb and then the FX queue itself. And I will... yeah, so that's the bomb result. What happens... yeah, I think I set it up to where I can just put this in here. No. Do I have another? Yeah, here it is. So I want to change alpha to debug. And I think that will leave the tracer bullet in place. Yeah, so there's my tracer bullet. Cool, so that's what I want the trajectory to look like. Zoom this out. Maybe that's too far. Zoom it back in. Alright, so let's actually create a trajectory. See, now I want this trajectory to be a little bit bigger too. So instead of the bomb width and height, I need that to be player based. So I don't put them too close together. That's 32 and 32. Save that. Let's go back here. State.fxq. Clear the FX queue. Yeah, so that gives me basically what I want to keep clear. Alright, so now that I have that, I can go in and like start adding stuff. No need to apologize. Did you paint that with the mountains and the falling star? Oh no. That's just a poster that's like really cool. And it's kind of my style with like using using graphite or charcoal. So I was like, that's pretty freaking cool looking. I'm totally gonna get that, and that's where that came from. Yep. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions. Yeah, I like it a lot. Maybe a shorter... I think that looks good. So kind of making it really obvious that this is kind of the trajectory you have to hit. All right, so that's that trajectory, and then same thing for the other side. Yeah, so give you a bit of a clearing here. That might be too tight of a fit. Let me make it a little bit higher, so you've got some. So you don't have to be perfect with your shot. Yeah, so that gives you a little bit of play there. It's too large. What have you been working on? What's new on your side of things? So that looks good. And yep, and that's the kill location. Let me make that a little bit better. Align that there. Cool. Alright, so now you've got this concept of enemy area. So you shoot your bullet. There you go, the bullet hits, everything explodes, and then technically I should go down. Yeah, see? It's a little bit higher, but I think that's good. And maybe that's... Yeah, that's kind of a... Still too tight of a fit right there. So take that, maybe drop it down a little bit. Hopefully you had a good break, good Monday break. And maybe that gives me a good clearance right there. I need to improve on that feedback loop. Too high of a shot, so you come in and fine tune it a little bit. See, that barely clears it though. Alright, so I still don't think the probe's gonna clear this. So maybe drop this down just a little bit more, like right there perhaps. Still doing stuff with Godot. Feel like I've improved somewhat. I know you don't like it, but it has me to do stuff in 3D. Yeah. Definitely, 3D is a thing, and building 3D games is... I wish I had... I really wish I had the feedback loop and the skills to tackle a 3D game by myself. It's just a huge ask. and it's difficult to do. I mean, people have done it. People have definitely done it. All right, so that looks good. But yeah, 3D is one of those things where the biggest problem I have with Godot is you develop your game on your machine, and despite the API, despite what have you, the export has to work. I mean, if I spend months, potentially, a long time building a game, and when I export it to all platforms, I expect it to work, and it doesn't. And that's the challenging part, is that yes, maybe the Windows export is probably the most stable and works the best, but I want to go to Windows, Linux, Mac, web, mobile, Android, console, and it doesn't give me a lot of confidence when I try and export and it just flat out fails or is inconsistent. And the challenge comes is that, okay, well, you get a game that's popular on Windows, that's great, but what's the probability that it's gonna be trivial and not a lot of work to export to maybe the next most important thing, which is console? And like, am I going to test every facet of a game and to make sure it works on every platform? Is that something that I should be expected to do, or should a game engine that claims to be cross-platform handle that for me? And that's the biggest challenge that I have, because I can't be in the 11th hour and ready to release with my publisher going, okay, let's go live and find 0-day bugs. I can't I don't have money to throw at that problem. And so that's the biggest challenge with Godot that I have. And it's not only Godot. I mean, yeah, it's a tough problem, but it kills you. It will kill you, especially with all the work that you put into a game, and then at the end, at the finish line, find that your game doesn't work and has platform-specific issues. Very demoralizing. And so that's my biggest criticism. Don't advertise yourself as cross-platform if you're not really cross-platform. If it kind of halfway works and there's no commitment or investment in trying to make that process good, it lies to the devs. It puts them in a bad place, and it's unfortunate. And I really, really hope that you don't encounter those bugs. Just be aware of it. So that's my biggest beef. I think the fundamentals you learn from any game engine can transfer to others, and I think that's great. If it's a hobby project, go to town. Use whatever you want, as long as it works on your machine. That's gravy. That's golden. Do you have like a playable demo of your game? I'd love to, or like a trailer. I'm more than happy to take a look at it and visit and just showcase it, which is great. And if you want any feedback, happy to give feedback too. Are you solo dev? Are you working with a team, or you kind of on your own? So that looks good. So I need to convert this into essentially air quotes lava is what I call it. And at one point I had this working, and then I kind of, I wouldn't say abandoned the mechanic, but let me see if it's still. All right, so lava. Let's get the lava stuff in place. And I don't have a lava sprite, so I'll just use something. But yeah, what kind of a 3D game are you building? All right, calc player physics. And implementation of lava. Usually back in dev, decided to take a sabbatical. Sabbaticals are great. Took one back in 2013, and I know we talked about that. Solo dev for now. Trying to build some expertise yet. If you want to link them, I think people have access to post links, but I'd be happy to look at any of them online. And yeah, if you want to throw out ideas for your 3D game, we can brainstorm in between me trying to play test and get this working. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of me streaming is to have that kind of collaboration. All right, lava. So I've got Collide DX. I got that. All right, let's go. So Collide DX. So there's my DX collision, and I don't have a type. I'm not passing in lava 1, and then I need to specifically handle lava itself. Yeah, see, I call it walls, and air quotes walls are more elastic. For now, I'm going to keep this consistent and just set the trajectory like that. And I probably want to put this this actual like bouncing facet here. Let me think about that. I think it might be premature to do that. Let me hold off on it right now. Yeah, so let me get the shift working. Yeah, having this delegate extracted, I don't know if that's such a great idea or not. I'll keep that in mind when I have something good to show you. Cool, awesome. Yeah, if you got an idea, if you have some general ideas of what you want your 3D game, or I mean what your game to be like, feel free to throw them out there, and love hearing about it. All right, lava. Let's get lava in place. So that means inside of game. Let's get it rendering first. Render bombs, portals. Got my rendering of the game. Here is the enemies. Where am I rendering the enemies? Calc enemies, which does nothing. Great job, Amir. Render enemies. All right, so let me do render lava, and I'll make the enemies blue. And the lava will be red. And that's going to throw an exception because I don't have lava copied over at this point. Enjoyed a dark room on the Switch. It was a while ago. Yeah, the chat came up showing that you weren't someone new, so I figured you've been on the stream before, and I'm sure I've given that same rant about Godot in the past, but yeah, I bet you if you tell me, I wonder, do we talk about your game? Just please keep that in mind. Try to export early and often, and just figure out the quirks up front, so you're not doing it on the finish line. Like, so important, so incredibly important to do that. All right, render lava. I want to go into my game. Okay, yeah, it was loaded, and I need to do state.lava is equal to state.level.lava.copy. Oh gosh, that blue is horrible. Okay, so let's see if lava actually renders. Switch to lava. Throw that up there. It'd help if I call render lava. Okay, lava renders. It's got a nicer blue. Gosh, that just hurts. Yeah, that's a better color. So that'll be for that, and then the enemies, I think I just had that as. Okay, so there's my lava. The lava's rendering. That's great. Let me go into my level editor. How do I do the enemies? So render enemies does this. Render level editor. Okay, the primitives are controlled there, that's fine. Alright. You agree with the approach, awesome. Told me you kept your projects to, find a number 240 hours. Yep, that's it. Yeah, before I have something to share. And the 240 hours, I do that after I've done the 20 second demo. And I think we talked about that too. I'm like a broken record. Always saying the same damn things. What's wrong with me? So level editor. Final intersect direct. I render the walls. Top level primitives, and then scene. Okay, I've got scene primitives. Consistency's good. Consistency's good. Yes. I've got the scene borders. How do I render enemies? How do those enemies get on the screen? Like, seriously. That's really weird. I guess they get rendered when... Is it... Yeah, it's just like there. Maybe I should set it up. Yeah, because when I add a new lava thing, it doesn't show up. What if... Does it show up when I add a new enemy? Bet you it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay, good. So at least it's consistent. Render... So render enemies. Game mode. So I'll say enemies is equal to, if it's in level editor mode, I want state dot level editor dot enemies. Otherwise, I want state dot enemies. And I should probably move this over at some point. It's right there. 529 render enemies. Set to default value. Let's reset the game. Alright, there's my enemy. So now, if I... See, you piece of crap. Okay. Sure. How about that? Alright, that works. And I have my scene primitives. That looks good. So if I reset, There's that. Where'd the enemies go? And the level editor should be on. Let's take the level editor. Yep, that's correct. Do we get any enemy output? It's empty. But I have enemies. Oh, it's under level. No. All right. Is what? No. Level. Yep, level's there. Where are you coming from? Calc level editor. Oh, it's a state.level. There we go. State.level. I literally just copied it there. Have I been using Mastodon? Yeah, I'm on Mastodon at the same username. Same as my birdset username. Yeah, it's just it's kind of those it's hard to get. I need to get on there more. I've stopped posting it almost everywhere, and I know it's probably not a good thing to do. But yeah, I'm on there and mostly lurk. And I try to follow everyone that's on both sites. I mean, TikTok is one of those things where it's like I probably need to get on a TikTok, but that stuff's crack. Like you download TikTok. And you get on there, and next thing you know, I'm like doom scrolling for the next 5 hours instead of actually working on something. So it's like, oh my god. Alright. Lava renders, enemies render, lava deletes. Enemies delete. All right, all that's good. Let's make our way to the destructible terrain area. Let me make that movement a little bit faster. Divided by this camera scale, maybe set it to like. Let's see how bad movement is if I just divide by 1. Yeah, that's a lot better. And then if I zoom out, movement's faster, and if I zoom in, it will be even faster. Perfect. Alright, so I'm in this area. The green is actually a good indicator. It's like, you can use bombs on this thing. That's consistency right there. I like that. Boop. Go through. Alright, so there's my lava. And then I'm going to get collisions working on the lava real quick. Alright, lava collisions. And I want to go to walls, so player calc player physics, and I've got that somewhere. Yep, so there's and I've got collision bodies that I'm sending in. So state.lava. Alright, let's see if I collide with lava now. Yep. Lava collision works. Let's go into our bomb. I'm going to pass that in here too. I probably want to create some construct that gives me, so I'm not repeating this code over and over again. TikTok is definitely not for me. It takes so long to author something, right? There's a lot of effort that goes into it. Yeah, I know there's quite a few influencers on TikTok that it's good if they show off your game and whatnot. Yeah, so as far as attention span, you've got 5 seconds. Even for game trailers, when I look at game trailers, that's usually how I delineate between a good trailer and a bad trailer. Is if it can't get to the point in 5 seconds and tell me why I should play your game, it's a bad trailer. So there is some truth with respect to the length of TikTok stuff. Is that you've got this much time to get to the point. And if you're not able to do that, that's an indication of a bad trailer or like a bad TikTok or what have you. Absolute worst thing you can do in a trailer, and I'm sure I've done this rant too, but absolute worst thing you can do in a trailer is spend the first 5 seconds showing your studio name or some other stuff. Like, just get to the gameplay. Huge fall off rate after that initial 5 seconds. It's crazy. Alright, so lava's rendering. I need to get lava killing the player now. So let's go back to player. Do I have a concept of death yet? Yeah, so I do have a player death sound, but I think I kind of, I want to say ripped these things out, but it's not something that I've kept up with. I think I do. Do I have a schema document? I know I should have one. Of course I don't have a notes document here. Stupid. Does my player have a concept of death on it? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I should probably create a death flag. And I do have an idea of a floor, so I want them to respawn the last time they were on the floor. So on floor X. The original trailer for Dead Island lives rent-free in my mind, precisely because it starts at the end and then it kind of goes backwards until you see it from the start. Yeah, and I bet if we watch that trailer, the first 5 seconds, I hope makes you want to continue watching. So on floor equals false. Yes, awesome. Common newbie mistake is trailers longer than 5 seconds. Okay, so I keep track of on floor, which is great. And now I want to say if the collision type is lava. I probably can raise an exception here. Unhandled. What did I call this thing? Yeah, unhandled collision with type collision y.type, and I'm sure I have something for. Here's my DX. 4DX. So maybe I don't need that because the DY needs to work the same way. I want it both to work like this. So if collision y.type equals lava, else I want to do that. What's my player elasticity set to? Elasticity is set to 0.03. Collide DX. What did I delete that I shouldn't have deleted? Okay. Yeah, so I deleted a few more lines, but that's good. So just like that. And then I don't want the DX to change. Okay, let me make sure I didn't break any of my collisions. All right, that looks good. Steam has so much crap with respect to like setting up your storefront. I think I had to generate so many assets and trailer videos and all that stuff. Such a pain in the ass. Okay, so if they're dead, player dot death at is equal to state.tick count. I just have it tick count. That works. A little bit of duplication here. Need to think about that at some point. Okay, and if you're dead, then I want the player's location to be set back to the last time they were on the floor. Because I have on floor X and on floor Y. So that works. So I've got a calc player, right? Okay, that's still in game. That's fine. Refactor, refactor, refactor. So calc player, we do our portals, and then we calc the player physics. So if player dot death at is equal to state.tick count, then I want to set the player's X equal to player dot on floor X and then player dot Y to set on floor Y, and then after that I want to set that to no. Okay. So on my properties set, state.player.on floor X Cool. And there's my death. All right, let's test death out. So I've got my lava. Put the lava there. Collision X. We have an exception here. Collide DY, line 415. Oh, line 88. All right. That works. Oh, that hurt my ear. So that should have been updated. Collide DX, so take care, bud. Critical bugs are great. No, they're horrible. Catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out. The type is lava. What's going on? Alright, so death is being set. That's good. Well, yeah, I guess I don't care about whether it's equal or not. Okay, I need to make sure to clear out player.dx is 0. And for calculating player physics, collide dx and collide dy. Clamp all the values. I want to return if player.death out. Still get two sounds. Oh, I guess when they hit the ground, huh? I think that's okay. I can probably disable the sound playback here. And player dot. So I want to play the sound. Yeah, if there's a collision. Elapsed time is less than, yeah, a few seconds, then I don't want to play the sound. More duplication here. I gotta figure out this duplication. And, because I don't know if I need to, I'm doing the same thing, whether the collision's on the X or Y. There we go. That gets rid of the death sound. I want to get rid of rotation also. Okay. Death is in place. We can worry about the details in a bit. Alright, so for lava, see, it'd be nice if I could just convert the current cell over. Yeah, maybe I can hook that up. All right, so let's go into my level editor. I have a concept of input requests. That's good. And if input requests dot change terrain type, set equal to change terrain type 2, and then if that's the case, yeah, see, I've got this duplication here, which I need to again fix. So I'll call this all tiles, for lack of a better name. And I've got my level editor. I just call it level? I suppose so. Very well. So level.walls, level.enemies, and then level.lava. Stupid names. Okay, so I've got all my tiles. And change terrain type 2. Tile equals all tiles. Dot find intersect rect, or do I import geometry? Yep. Find intersect rect with the player and the all tiles. Puts tiles. Level does not exist. Should probably pass that in. Find intersect rect. Gotta pass. I passed in the level. How do we call this? All terrain? All level data? All collidables? Yep, that looks correct. Okay, so level walls length has to be set to a value. Cool, so that works. No tile, tile. No tile, tile. Cool. How many people? 3 people on stream, which I think means no people on stream. All Collidables. That's a great name. And I do have the tile type on there, hopefully. Yeah, I've got the tile type on there. More duplication here. Let's deal with it. Leveled out walls that I want to reject. I think delete will just work, right? Remove my put statement. Yep, delete works. So leveled out walls. Level dot enemies and lava. So I delete the tile from there, and then tile dot type is equal to train type 2. Another stupid thing. I might just consolidate this into one data file. I mean, that probably makes the most sense. I should probably do that instead of having these separate stupid data files. Because this is silly, having to do this. Repetition. I'm paying for it now because I'm not refactoring it, and I'm going to pay for it again because I'm not going to refactor it. I'm so disappointed in myself. All right. So the concept of terrain, change terrain type, and then we delete the values, we set the terrain type, and set each one. Throw an exception. Collidable. Set piece is actually a good name. Now let's go back to my game. Calc level editor. And then, what do I call it? Change tile. Or change terrain type. I should probably call it terrain, because all terrain. Yeah. Change that to train. Change that to train. That looks good. Down to 2 people. People love me. Change terrain type is change terrain type. If inputs.keyboard.keydown.l, then lava, then lava, keydown.w, that, wall, otherwise enemy. All right, let's see if that works. So I'm here. Very nice. So this is all lava now. Man, that's fancy. Lava, 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 lava. And shit. Okay. And I need to update on the load. So where's my copy statement? There's my copy. Really? And I delete from each thing. That terrain type should be gone. The deuce? What the hell did I break? I broke something. Nothing's working! Zoom out. Make our way over here. The walls are still there. Change terrain type 2 is nil. The hell did I screw up? That's actually correct. I didn't save? I didn't save. This is asking for it to just be consolidated into a single file. No sounds there. Let's see what's going on here. Play sound. Should play sound. Alright, sounds are there, that's good. Yeah, I need to fix all the file saving stuff. We'll consolidate that out for now. Save terrain. Save all terrain. Yep. Save each one of these files. I only care about these so far. Slowly getting rid of the repetition. That's a little promising. Save all terrain. Make sure that works. Of course not. There we go. That looks good. Put it back. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the deletion. Save all terrain afterwards. Hopefully some consolidation will come out here too. This is good, I think. So we have a delete request. I delete non-discriminately. Type is nil. And 105. Reset. That looks good. Add it back. That's good. And then change of the train type. Does not work. So I deleted that code. Let's add that back in. But I need to get... I need to get those statements out. That's good. Alright. That's in a better place. Ruby. Alright. Now let's change this back to lava again. All this needs to be lava. That's going to be straight wall, which is good. Tab. What the hell do I do with my tab? Change terrain type. Oh, I already have a change terrain type. God damn it. Cycle. Back here. You're not cycling. Cycle terrain type, that looks good. Yep. Groovy. Very nice. And hopefully when I save, yep, that looks good. Lava, 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 lava. All the things. And I want this to be a wall. Perfect. Need to throw a bomb. Use that trajectory. Shoot the bomb up. Miss. Shoot again. Miss. It's still kind of tight fit. Let's see. Oh, that cleared it perfectly. That's very nice. Cool. And lava death should be working. Let's go back to player collision. Wait, calc. Calc player. Calc player physics. Yeah, so if the death at is set, a couple people in chat. Probably still too high. Bring it down a little bit. That's saving time. That's good. There we go. That should be a little bit easier to clear. Shoot the bomb up. It's too close. Verticalize it. That looks good. I should probably change the render color too. Alright. Bomb. Good clearance. Probe. Good. Ship it. Alright. Let's make these commits. So that's lava related. All this is lava related. Anyone have some pretty good experience with Git and source control? If you have any questions around that, happy to answer them. That's the rendering of the lava. We'll get that done next. Creation of lava. That looks good. Same here. All right. So bomb interaction with lava, death, all that looks good. So I'll call this lava added, kills player, bomb stick to it. And then this is the level editor updates. Lava level editor. How long have I been streaming? Hour and a half? Probably go for another hour. If anyone actually decides to join this stupid stream. Am I even in the stream list? Did I like not set my categories or something? Yeah, it should be on game development. Or is it just called software development now? Software and game development. Stream language, content classification. Sorry, I'm just checking if I even show up in any of the video lists. No results found. Raid channel, manage goals. I have no idea. Anyways. Alright. Next area added. Okay. We've got lava. Trying to see if my on-floor logic is correct. Yeah, so if I'm briefly off, so I'm still bouncing. I think that's right. Yeah, I'm making sure that my velocity is empty before I attempt to do that. Cool. We have lava. Alright, send the bomb out. That looks good. Explode the terrain. Fall through. Alright. Okay, so let's make some more interesting enemies now. Load our sandbox level. Bunch of enemies. That's cool. I was having quite a bit of fun with this little sandbox area. Alright. So, fancier enemies. What kind of enemy do I want to create? Enemies need to have some kind of behavior. That makes sense. There's going to be some polymorphic stuff that's going to happen at some point, I think. Alright, let's put an enemy on the screen. go into the game. There's my calc enemies. I do have enemy.rb. Mammal. I think I take a named parameter convention here. Not in that file. Calc enemy. The enemy I want to calc. Tick count is usually needed. Player. Hey, tech support, how's it going? That is awesome. I was like, did I just say that? I did, didn't I? Great name. Welcome to the stream. What brings you here? Oh, awesome. Yeah, that source code video was a lot of fun. Yeah, both of those guys were really great. Yeah. If you got any questions on the ergonomic stuff, happy to answer them. The hell happened to my eye tracker? I didn't even have my eye tracker on. Got it all tested and billing, and then I don't even start it up. Alright, there we go. Eye tracker is on. That was a while ago. I think it's probably been a year now. But welcome to the stream. Are you what kind of developer are you? Like, what's your stack? Mostly do web development, playing around a lot with OCaml and Haskell. Big fan of F#. And F#'s at least loosely based off of OCaml, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, F#'s really nice. Haskell's tricky. I covered that in the source graph video. It's been a while, I know, but just when it comes to video games and static typing, there's a little bit of a upfront friction that I haven't worked out yet. But yeah, for business applications, it's like, you like statically typed languages, okay, choose one that's really good. I haven't done enough Haskell to have a good opinion on it, or make a objective opinion outside of what I've seen with the community and stuff. But yeah, I could confidently say it's a really good statically typed language relative to what we usually consider a static type. What kind of a web stack stuff do you do? So we have calc enemies, state.enemies. Why isn't it working? Calc is called. Enemies are set, yes. No, enemies is empty. The deuce? Oh, because I'm still in game editor mode. Here we go. mostly just React and TypeScript. That's cool. The what's it called, structural equivalence of TypeScript is really nice, and like the implicit interface, you can define an interface and then have any JSON object that has the same properties be implicit, have that interface implicitly implemented. It's very nice. I like. I appreciate the elegance of that. Yeah, I love the type system, and I mess around with the type level TS far too much of application code, which I shouldn't. It's nice, like it really helps. Don't get me started on React complexity. Gosh, what was it, like effects and actions? They're so ridiculously difficult to follow. Like, I understand the pub sub model, but it's like I click this button and I have no idea what gets invoked off of a simple, really simple button click, and it's like, why do I have to follow all these actions and effects that raise and do all this stuff when I'm just trying? It's like, it's one button click, one event should call a function, and why is that complexity there for something so simple? I end up doing a lot of prop drilling for that reason, and just have like a top level context that everything operates on. But the React stuff that I build is not super duper complex, so I can get away with doing that. But it irks me to know, and like, do you have a good way to kind of like trace, say, okay, I found the element that I'm interacting with, take me to the thing that it inevitably runs. It's like, why is it so difficult? Effects in a Zolak library for TypeScript, so I'm trying to get it to work with Remix, so I can have an end-to-end type safety. Yeah, totally get it. Freaking effects, they drive me insane. Sweet, my enemy moves. That's good. Alright, so let's make it do something interesting now, instead of just move. Let's have it move back. Oh, effects and prop drilling and all the other complexities that come with React. I get it for large applications, you need it, but oh, it drives me insane. It's excellent. You're talking specifically about the end-to-end type safety. You're able to write async code with generators, which is just like async await. And when you use a service, the errors. Yeah, no, and I understand the aspect of it, of effects and stuff, and the generalization of the pipeline is really nice, and you don't have to worry about. You're kind of like localizing the side effect in the effect itself. The difficulty and the challenge that I have is resolving which effects are run when I perform some action in the DOM, like, click a button. Because it's usually not, the bug isn't in the effect or action, it's in that service level code or properties that are not in the context that are not correct. But just trying to reason through and I guess follow that execution path, because of how disconnected effects and actions are, it's like makes me want to scream. But yeah, if you got good tips there, I could use them. Alright, so what do I want enemies to do? Let's get them moving around and throwing up some kind of trajectory. Or what's it called? Ordnance. Shooting some kind of ordnance. Alright, so enemy dot initial x is equal to enemy dot x. And then I'll just have it operate on a sine wave. So back and left, it looks good. You got a DragonRuby a few weeks ago, but haven't tried, haven't found the time to use it. It's lots of fun. It really is. Obvious bias here, right? But yeah, as you can see, like the hot loading is like really cool. So here I'm just trying to make the enemies run back and forth, and like let's see what that looks like. Is this a good movement for the enemy? And I was like, well, okay, what happens if I make it? I multiplied my radians by 2, and when I did that, the oscillation cycle slowed down. I was like, wait, okay, I guess I have to divide by 2 instead of multiply. Okay, so I've got an enemy moving, and I need to make the player move. I need to make the bomb move with the enemy. So I should do that. So I've got a concept of attached to. Okay, so I do have attached to, which is good. I think I need to do enemy dot previous x. Have you ever worked with Ruby before? Previous y is equal to that. Never done any Ruby, okay. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it really is a beautiful language. I like it a lot. And yeah, in the context of game development, it really is a joy to work with. It really is. We set those values. Okay, then what we want to do is we want to set the value to dx is equal to bomb.dx if the thing that it's attached to has those values. I'm going to do the same thing for dy. So hopefully that didn't break anything. All right, that looks good. That looks good. I want to make sure this mechanic works out. Nope, that broke there. dy is equal to 0. Set that to y. If you have any questions about the language, feel free to ask. Have you done any Python? Usually Python's the new hotness. All right, that looks great. Okay. Yeah, I should probably do it this way. So now I want to check for if it's got a concept of a previous x or previous y, then dy is going to be equal to. Yep. Cool. So hopefully that gets the enemy movement working. Did a lot of Python when it was academia. Love-hate relationship with it. My relationship's mostly hate. Shocking, I know. It's nice. I can go on a rant if you want me to, but that all looks correct. But I'm not updating the value after the fact. Yeah, I guess I don't have to do the or equals. I can just straight up just update the value. All right. That is definitely not correct. What the hell did I break? You set the previous y. No, that should be. That needs to be x. There we go. Cool. Voila. I've got movement. But yeah, if you have experience with Python, Ruby will come pretty naturally to you. I don't think you'll have any issues picking Ruby up. Alright, so I've got my enemy moving. Beautiful. So the concept of an enemy bullet, huh? So enemies can throw bombs too? I don't see why not. I'm just trying to think of how I'm going to. Let's see what happens. Well, no, if the enemy gets deleted, I don't want the bullet to get deleted. All right. What does that mean? It means I need some kind of result to come back. Possibly. So, bombs that enemies have created. And I would say, let's say, what do I want to say here? I basically want to say that at the end of its cycle, I want a bullet to, well, we'll just say every second. Let's just leave it at that. So we'll do enemy dot bullet what's the word I'm looking for? Bullet shoot rate. We'll set that to every 60 frames. We'll resolve this to the tick count. And then we'll say if enemy dot bullet shot at, if the elapsed time is greater than bullet shoot rate, I want to shoot a bullet and then update when it was shot. Hey Nails Painted Brown, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm working on enemies and getting them to shoot stuff. To shoot bullets and things. Yeah, so every second it's going to shoot a bullet. That works. Yeah, and you can like shoot bombs and stuff to try to kill enemies. It's like, crap, I missed. Boom. Hey, this is kind of annoying. There we go. And they're sticky bombs, so they stick on the enemy and then blow them up. So I've got enemies that you can shoot, but now I got to get them to shoot back. And so how do we get them to shoot back? They can create a bomb. Yeah, I like it. I can straight up just use this. So the enemies can create bombs. Bomb.create. The origin will be the enemy. Tick count will be tick count. How are things going with you, Nails Painted Brown? Launch angle. What do I want the launch angle to be? Straight up. Or straight down? Straight up. And then the launch power, what do I want the launch power to be? 5. Yeah, we'd love to hear about the projects you're working on. I've had this weird idea that you could use an eye tracker. Ever seen Easy Motion Hop? Yeah, I use it for Emacs. Boom. Freaking love it. If you could press a key and have that eye tracker greatly narrow down the region, I really like that idea. Can we start working on game dev and work on this instead? That's a fantastic idea. Segue into eye trackers. So the cool thing let's see, yeah, so I've got a pipe of this data coming over. Yeah, so I've got a log, and you'll notice that like every time I update my eye tracker, the log statement updates to like a pixel location. And so you could do this. Because you've got your buffer location, you say, okay, well, this resolves to this specific line. I think that'll be the trickiest part is the logic for taking this raw pixel location to the line location itself. But once you get that, you just kind of provide the region around that. So you don't even need to. So I've got a license to the Toby stuff, and I've created this process that basically tracks the position of your eye every second, and then I build my apps on this core mechanism here. So yeah, it's just a CLI app. I'm thinking at the word level. So the tricky thing with the eye tracker is that your eye tracker resolution is about as accurate as this. So you've got like a play of 200 pixels in one direction or the other. Yeah, but you can read directly from this file and then yeah, read from the file and spawn enemies exactly where I'm looking. There's so many like cool things you can do with the eye tracker, but yeah, your granularity as far as pinpointing a specific point, you've got about a 200 pixel accuracy, about the size of the box that you see on the screen. That's about as good as you'll get. So you could probably narrow it down to like this region, but anything more than that would be trickier. Man, but that's like, just to be able to think and just go boop and then have it show up there would be really cool. Right, exactly. But it narrows down exactly the number of characters. Because if I was looking right there, I could press the go to eye tracker and then just press Y instead of all these specific values. And your jump list, because it's so small, could actually be explicitly the letter instead of having your jump list being something like on home row. Take my money. Email me. Honestly, like, if you've got a Tobii eye tracker, email me. I'll set you up with the CLI app that I have, and then you can build your stuff on top of that. And yeah, that'd be an awesome. That would just be cool. They're not too expensive. The Tobii eye tracker, let me see how much they are. I don't think they're that expensive. $200. Yeah, I love it. Oh, and this is the fancier one. This is a new generation. Mine's about like 5 or 6 years old, so I bet you this thing is like really good. The SDK is expensive, so that's why I was offering. Like, if you just email me, I'll hook you up with the CLI tool so you can play around with it. Because the license is about $2,500, $3,000, and then there's contract signing and then negotiation of royalties and things like that. So quite a bit of the onboarding process is annoying. Then you gotta load the license onto the eye tracker itself. But yeah, if the polling rate that I have right now is sufficient, I mean, that could be my product. Is a product that you purchase for devs to make their own things based off of tailing a log file. Cool. So I have bombs, and let's see if I can get this calculating. So I'm gonna go into the game. I know I have a calc bombs function here somewhere. Yep, so there's my bomb. And I can do state.enemies.each. And then enemy dot. So I guess I don't have to put it on the result itself. I can just straight up tack it onto the enemy, which is nice. Oh no, I don't. I can't tack it on straight onto the enemy. That's why I have it in here, right? Because if the enemy dies, I still want the bomb to be available to y'all. So do you use Vim? Do you use Vim or Emacs with Evil? Which one are you? Those are the only right answers. VS Code's Vim bindings infuriate me. They're pretty good in the buffer itself, but it's like you go to the terminal window with, you know, Control W, J and K, and that's great. It gets there, but you can't get back because the terminal the terminal window doesn't have those bindings. Oh, it's so infuriating. I didn't say anything to you, Siri. Go away. You have a weird mix of Vim and Emacs bindings. Yep. Keyboard Jason is 5 and 900 lines. I feel this pain. I feel this pain very much so. So enemy.calc. Alright, so I have my results list coming back from the enemy. And for bombs that are created, I need to do state.bombs. It's going to be a concat though. State result.bombs. So, wow, we should get bomb logic now. Of course not. Bombs does not exist. I know that. Where? Line 135? Oh, results. No, results there. What are we talking about? Lies. Liars. Oh, I forgot to save the file. Do you use Emacs with the whole native completion thing? I've updated to version 29, but I'm using Copilot with Emacs. So I'm sure there's like some native completion stuff, but yeah, I just end up using Copilot. So that's how I get my completion. No bombs are being created. Why aren't bombs being created? Okay, so that should work. Oh. I'm just setting it equal to bombs. There we go. Yep, there's the bomb. Enemy kills himself, of course. What does that mean? I need to set a bomb type of some sort. So the origin right now probably should have an override for the origin. Yeah, I think I need an override for the origin. Yeah, tree seeder functionality has been improved in Emacs 29. I just haven't leveraged it. Do you build compile natively to C, including ELIS functions? I use whatever's provided through Brew. So however they do their compilations, I just pull that down. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm compiling Emacs from source. Quite a bit faster. All these questions, you're distracting me. No, it's great. Brew, Emacs, native compilation. Alright, so the rest of the stream we're working on eye trackers and compiling native and compiling Emacs from source. Damn it! I've got enough on my plate. You have too many fun project ideas. This is not good. Oh man. Okay, so let's change the origin logic for bomb creation and lift that out. Gosh. So origin is equal to this. All these great ideas. Here.xy, same thing here. Any other great ideas? Any other way? Do you have any other ideas to distract me? Because they're awesome. That's what I call fun work. I'm working. It's fun work. Wait a minute. Oh wait. This will be origin. Okay, so I've extracted origin. Yeah, I'm fixing it. Constantly distracting myself with them. Yes, I feel this pain. Yeah, if Neovim was around when I jumped on, when I moved to Emacs, it's a question of whether I'd be using Emacs now or Neovim. Oh yeah, straight up game console in here. Heads-up display, Quake style, like, and it can eval functions and everything. Yeah, this is how people build games without this stuff built in to their engines. It's beyond me. It boggles my mind. Cool. So that part works. I didn't break bombs here. This is my bomb mechanic. You can like attach a bomb to yourself and use it to shoot and things like that. Alright, so I have my enemy. It's throwing bombs. So let's change the origin for the enemy's bombs to be the X location will be the enemy.x plus yeah, if you have any questions about the console, like how any of the engine works, feel free to ask. More than happy to answer them. And then we'll set the location of the bomb itself to be the enemy's Y plus its height plus 8, so it clears the enemy and doesn't stick to the enemy. Alright, so let's see if the enemy shoots the bombs correctly. Of course not, because I have to pass in origin. There's the bomb! Look at that. That's freaking cool. And then it attaches it to itself and dies. Alright, so I gotta fix that. By the way, if you open up the console and type... Yep. What's a fast way to clear the line and replace it with the reset command? Right, so if you do... Well, you have history. So up and down will give you history. And then Control G clears it. But if you wanted to clear it with the reset command that was originally there, that's a good question. We can actually look at that. So if I go to console.rb, and this is all open source on the GitHub contrib repo, and then we have a console prompt. Show console? Where the hell is this code? Alright, let me throw an exception so we can figure out what the actual... So, wait, console... I think I got something called like command, set the command, def, command, set command with history, set command extended, set command with history, set command, and then the command itself. So where the hell do I use this? That's the reset, $GTK.reset, self.seed. Oh, that's internally in the runtime. So the runtime GTK has a seed property. So there you go. So you could potentially wire up a keyboard shortcut inside of the console itself, because we've got something in the console for process inputs, right? So the console object has a process input function, and you could create something that is like, if I press this keyboard key, then set the console command to be, this value plus this seed. Make your own game engine in Haskell. I can rant about why statically typed game engines are horrible if you would like to hear it. But I mean, just like what I'm doing right now, right? The concept of, okay, well, I don't know what this enemy is going to have on it. Am I going to call it bullet shoot rate? This should probably be called bomb shoot rate instead of bullet shoot rate. Right, so like these little facets of when you're prototyping and trying to think of an idea, a statically typed language is going to get in your way left and right, because I don't know what I'm building yet. I don't know what properties I need. I don't know where they're going to live, what types they're going to have. So just fighting the compiler in itself, it has been infuriating whenever I used statically typed game engines, and that's the biggest gotcha. Is that, yeah, it's frustrating from that perspective. It really is. So something to think about. How about we have it shoot left and right instead of up and down? I mean, the shot logic is working. Enemies can tack on bombs to themselves. So maybe have a concept of an owner. Let's add that. But that's the trickiest part with the statically typed game engine, is just think about how you can trivially prototype when you don't know up front what your types are going to be and what your structure is going to be. That's another reason why I like TypeScript is because of the progressive type safety. Is that I can have it as type any while I'm trying to figure things out, and then stiffen it up over time. I think that's a really nice quality of what's it called? Progressively typed languages. And there's trade-offs with doing dynamic. I don't have that progressive typing on the tail end, but if you go static, you don't have you don't have the lack of typing on the front end. And optimizing for prototyping is really important. I agree. But something with the rich type system could help a ton with the sort of game I'm thinking of. I'm thinking more interested in an idea of using a rich type system to model a complex game universe than actually shipping it. Yeah, if it's hobby-based, go for it, right? Whatever you want to do. I like how with Haskell and Camel, the type inference is good enough that it doesn't stand in your way nearly as much as C++. No, and you're right. Like the inference is really, really nice. And yeah, if you say like enemy.x is 10, it knows that it's an integer without you having to define it. And I think that's extremely helpful. Extremely, extremely helpful. Another tricky thing that you want to think about also is that when it comes to game updates and serializing and deserializing game state across, like if you move a data structure, you might end up having a lot of maybe types on your objects during the transition process, and then like air quotes feature flags or like progressive cleanup over time, or like fallback properties. Well, whatever I loaded up, if it doesn't have this property DX, it's because I changed it to something else. Those kind of facilities are tricky, and one facet or one quality of dynamic types is that you may have an incorrect value on a specific prop, but it won't throw an exception, and it might fix itself right during a calc invocation or something like that. But if your game throws an exception after an update, that's a fantastic way to get a 1-star review. So I'd rather have a glitch that throws you out of a wall and then brings you back into world space over a runtime exception any day. But yeah, it's something to think about as far as like all the deserialization facets and everything you have to deal with there. But terrifying experiences when things like that happen. Okay, so we need an owner associated with the specific bomb. So owner is equal to I gotta pass an owner now, because owner could be different than origin. Okay, so we have a concept of an owner. That's good. I save. I'm gonna get a runtime error when I throw a bomb, and that's gonna tell me the line that I need to go change. And this is where the type safety comes into play, right? You could have a compile time error instead of relying on runtime exceptions. So I totally am aware, cognizant of the pitfalls of the dynamic typing, but such is life. /n. So the owner is going to be the player. Same here. Owner's going to be the player. I'll fix those aspects of it. Method missing owner, that'll be on the bomb for the enemy. But again, with the dynamic facets, I fix the system, and it picks up exactly where I left off, which is wonderful. Focal point on line 477. If bomb and bomb at. So if bomb and bomb.owner is player and bomb at. So things like that is really nice. I get the runtime exception, but after I fix the runtime exception, it picks up right where I left off. And yeah, the music is real. I'm glad you like the music. There's actually, it's hard to hear. Let me actually see if I can. So let me comment out this first part. And I'll increase the volume so you can hear it. So you hear like the little blips and stuff. That's actually real sound from what's it called? The deep space thing, or like Space Makes Sound or something. But the cosmic background radiation, or the cosmic background noise thing, the visual that you have of that, I think my composer resolved it into the sound, and that's actually what it would sound like. So it's like, I forgot exactly what he said, but there's that static's real, like it's out there in space. So it's really cool. It's really cool. I love the attention to detail he put into that. All right, so the bombs are working good for the player. Focal point is good. All right, now I need to get the bomb from to not stick onto the enemy. Yeah, having a reason to also work on music again is a big reason I went to. Yep, it really is wonderful. All these segues, I swear. You are bad for me. You are bad for this, for my productivity. You are no longer allowed to come to the stream. I'm kidding. So this is, so one of the community members created this. So it's a 3-body physics problem, and then they correlated that with whatchamacallit, a sound based on like distance of the bodies. So they use sound synthesis in DragonRuby, plus the orientation of the bodies to create this kind of generative sound, and it is fucking beautiful. Yeah. So, very cool things you can do with DragonRuby with respect to sound synthesis. That's something, and that's available. We put that in the standard license, so it's available in the standard mode. But yeah, that's Lump. Lump. I'm sorry we put a cone on you. I know it's the worst. You want a pet? Okay, here's a pet. Alright. I know it's the worst, but you were licking your butt bald and losing all your fur, so... Lump is a very sad puppy right now. Poor Lump. She's trying to drink out of a water bowl right now. It's great. But yeah, please get into game development. It's so good for the soul. Like, will it get you gainful employment? Probably not. I mean, could you spend that time like learning a new tech? Probably so. But just it recharges your battery way more than anything else. So I would encourage it. I changed our heads to collision box. It's funny trying to see her run out into the backyard. I won't have the door completely open, and I'm like, wait, let me open the door completely, and just bang her head on, and like, you silly dog. All right, so attached to. All right, so I've got this concept of attach in the event of a collision, and so right now I'm using hashes and just data for controlling this stuff, but there's, at least with respect to bombs and enemies, there's some polymorphism that's emerging, so I might have to eventually transition to a class for these specific constructs. So here's another facet that I have to deal with, is that, okay, well, if the bomb's origination point was an enemy, then I wanted to kill the player instead of just attaching to the player, right? So I want to get it working and get the behavior in place, and then I can do the refactor afterwards. So the question is, how do we do that? Okay, so if there's a collision, I want to do the attach only if it's the player. Gonna break some record. Take care. Tech support. I can't believe you made me say that. But yeah, it was a blast hanging out with y'all, with you, and hope to see you back. Please make something. Join the Discord. Always there. Do I stream often? Not on a regular basis. But I do post to the Discord, the DragonRuby Discord server when I do stream. So yeah, if you're part of that, you'll see me post to stream stuff. Hopefully in October I'll be able to stream more regularly, but right now it's just kind of whatever. Farewell, tech support. Build a game. Have fun. See ya. All right, so we do have a concept of what the specific collision thing is attaching to, which is good. But I only want to attach if it's the player. So I have both player DX and player DY. I'm getting to the point where I've got way too many parameters on this damn thing. So I probably should do name parameters for this stuff. And that's another refactor I'll do. So I always want to... So for the calculation of the physics, yeah, I'm just passing in state, which isn't great, but we can work with that. Passing the player. And I should make a note of all these to-dos, which I won't do. And then this technical debt will continue to accumulate. So I would say if collision underscore X, if it's the player, then and only then do I want to attach. And then same thing with collision Y. Wait, hold on. If it's the player, yeah, if it's the player or collision X dot type is equal to wall, or is equal to lava. Fix me. Introduce polymorphism to get rid of this crap. Yeah, that's getting egregious at this point. Basically, I want to say, yeah, I don't want to attach to enemies. Let's see if my bomb still works. All right, bomb still attached there. I totally missed collide DX, collide DY, collision X, that needs to be collision Y. Gross. Alright. Alright, let's bring an enemy and hopefully it doesn't attach to the enemy. but it stops moving. So that all fits, that all has to go in here. So yeah, I need a concept of like a player bomb versus an enemy bomb, something. Cool. So it falls to the enemy. That's good. Same thing with the detonation, right? I don't want it to detonate on the enemy either. Okay. All right. And so for the detonation logic, garbage code everywhere. I think this prototype, like this feature, is going to stay. So it's probably worth refactoring. Okay, so yeah, if the bomb is attached, where do I set the player DX? Okay, so this is the detonation code. All right, so detonation of the rect for the bomb, or it's attached to the player. I want to get the distance and all that stuff. That's fine. So this will be an else if, or polymorphism fixes, and then I'll say if bomb.owner. Okay, first I need to see if the enemy's bomb actually attached to me. Yes, they do, which is good. Cool. If the bomb owner, there we go, kill the player. It's not killing the player. Do I have to? Okay, so there's the attach. It didn't kill the player. Why is that? All right, let's look. Okay, so if this is correct. But that part doesn't matter, right? I care about the detonation of the bomb. Let's make the enemy stop moving. Alright, it's attached to the player. The detonation time doesn't drop. Why is that? Where do I set the detonation time? So I do set the detonation time, which is correct. If the bomb isn't attached, that's all good. For calc physics, that's the bomb movement, that's the rotation, all that is good. The collision part, yeah, and here's where the detonation occurs. Okay, yeah, the detonation time is updating. That's good. So if it intersects the player or it's attached to the player, I do this stuff. And this is the collisions for the enemies, which is fine. The killing of the enemies. So player detonation logic and then enemy detonation logic, basically. So if bomb.owner, if the bomb's owner is player, do this. Otherwise, you gotta fix that part of, like, why? Why'd you do that? Player dot player.death. Yeah, player.death at will be the tick count. I think that's all I set, right? Please work. It's attached to the player. Cool. And the death works also. Very nice. Let's change the enemy render. I think that's a good stopping point. But I want to clean this up a little bit. 255. Enemies are blue. Bomb prefab. Gross. I need to fix that. No, all I need is the player. I don't need a pass in state. Pass in the player. Otherwise, it's going to be an enemy. And in that case, I want the bomb color to be 128, 255. Cool. So that fixes that. And here I'm just changing the alpha. Why you no work? That looks good. Where's my FX? Where's my FX stuff? The FX queue is over here. That's kind of annoying. It's fine. Why is the FPS counter like that sometimes? Usually 60. It drops and climbs back up. Every time I save a file, it resets the moving average of the FPS. So to do a recount. So the FPS counter is a rough approximation over time, and that's why it's like that. And also when it runs in the background, or when the screen doesn't have focus, I drop the FPS down because I don't need to render as quickly. But then over time, that moving average continues to increase and comes back up. But yeah, that's why it does that. There's my FX queue. I'm going to set the color to be that. And there's probably another place where I need to set the color right there. Quite a bit of cleanup. It'll happen at some point. That's what I keep telling myself. Alright, so there's your color. It's a little bit light, but it works. Is there a way to get the frame rate diagnostics to show both the current FPS and the moving average? I should probably update it to do that. Right now, the frame rate diagnostics is this thing. So this is the source right here. So I've got some member variables, which is the capture diagnostics for each value, and I think I've got like a moving average. Yeah, current frame rate, so framerate.rb. Yeah, so right now I'm only storing it inside of one value that's reset. So there's the reset for the current frame rate. So there'd probably be some, it'd be enhancements to this specific file. And this is also in the open source contrib. I think there's some tools that the community members have made that gives you like a better frame rate layout. So it might be worth asking the community, because I think someone has done something for that. Awesome. So we have enemies. We have enemies shooting bombs. Obnoxiously high shot rates. You have player bombs that are a different color, that if you attach to, they're friendly and shoot you up. But if you were on an enemy bomb, then that kills you, and then if you shoot an enemy... gotta fix that. I broke attaching to the enemy. Def should attach. And for the attachment, I need the actual collision. I need the bomb. I need the collision. I think that's it. The bomb and the collision. And the tick count. So return false if not collision. Return true if it's the player. This cleans it up a little bit. Return true if the collision type is wall or lava. Return true if collision X owner is the player. Otherwise, return false. Are you on the Discord? I think you are. You go by a different name, I'm assuming. And we've had this conversation. Let's see. Collision X. Yep, so this needs to just be collision. Bomb, collision, tick count, player. I should do name arguments. I should do named arguments. I should just start doing that by default, but I'm not going to, and I'm just going to keep typing. It's not attaching. Alright, return true if the collision is a player. Return true if the collision type... Oh, bomb owner. Hot diggity dog. Look at that. Sweet. And then if it's the player... Cool. Ship it. Alright. So... That was for the sandbox, that's fine. I need to get rid of those things. There we go. Created enemies that throw bombs. This is good. I like it. Yeah, I don't care about the sandbox pieces. What was I changing here? Oh yeah, this is the update of the sandbox also. Well, that's gonna be hilarious seeing all those enemies. Let's see what that looks like. Oh my goodness! Oh crap. That's an interesting mechanic, actually. Shit. This is cool. Yeah, so you got this this facet of like trying to dodge potential bombs that are being thrown by enemies. Almost like a bullet hell. Crap. It's very cool. It's kind of pretty too. It's very pretty. Let's bring it up on the main screen. I could probably go with a brighter color, but yeah, like it kind of gives. It's nice. Let me increase the enemy movement a little bit. Yeah. It's got like a nice little facet of rain. I can add lighting to the bomb. So those are my lightings for the enemies. And then for the bombs themselves. Bombs have an anchor. Look at that. That looks very pretty. What do you think? Yeah, the visual aesthetics of this, even if it's like placeholder art, it's coming together. So just on the main screen. Hey Poto, how's it going? We added bombs. We added bombs to the game. You gotta try to avoid them. It's like, crap, I got a bomb attached to me. And that's gonna be Calc Physics 426 on game. Players not on floor, we'll figure out why that's happening later. But let me show you what it looks like. So, yeah, you should be able to kill the enemies like this. Yep, so that's the enemy killing. And And then I got a bomb attached to me. Yeah, that on-floor error was weird. You could be on an enemy, and then yeah, if you connect to an actual enemy, it explodes there. I look different in person. I got a haircut. Yeah. I got tired of it. Every time I put my headphones on, my hair would get caught to it, and it was really annoying. And one of my dogs likes to sleep on my head. Or like above my head. Okay, so I gotta figure out, I gotta get the repro for that specific thing right there. But yeah, she would sleep above my head on my pillow, and she'd lie on my hair and like make my head hurt. So I got rid of it. Player.dx. Yeah, I'll do the repro later, but that's a bug I need to fix. Poto, sorry, I'm actually just wrapping up the stream. I've been streaming for a good 3 hours now. But I'll upload this to YouTube if you want to check it on there. Check it out on there. But yeah, we got bombs working. Enemies creation with bombs, and some of the physics involved with that, and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's a very strange repro. But we'll figure it out on the next stream or something. Y'all have a good one. Bye.